Konnichiwa. So I decided this time, maybe as part of a kind of getting to know you kind of thing, I would do a few of my favourite things. So here they are. So my favourite author is Haruki Murakami, the Japanese author. I love his works. I'm kind of working my way through them. I've still got four more books left to get from his fiction series before I move on to the non-fiction ones that he's written. I discovered his works just over a year ago, I suppose. So I'm a bit late to the party. He's quite internationally well known, as I'm sure a few of you would be first to tell me. But I absolutely love his works. I absolutely love the surrealism. I love the sort of themes that run through the books. Everything about them. Just the way they're written as well. They're just so expressive and just absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He's a fantastic author. So, with that in mind, my favourite book is also one of his. It's one that could almost be read as a standalone and was actually probably the one that made him internationally famous above everything else, and that's Norwegian Wood. Some of you might have seen the film, which is a fantastic film. That's one of my favourite films, so I'm not going to bother mentioning that later, but the book itself, absolutely fantastic. So, as far as TV shows go, recently I've been watching The Night Manager, the adaptation of John le Carré's book on the BBC. Absolutely love that. It's the best thing that's been on TV in a while, starring Tom Hiddleston in the lead role. Absolutely brilliant. But I also really like J-dramas and other sort of Japanese shows as well. So recently I've also been rewatching the first series of Bloody Monday so that I can watch the second series, and I'm just about to finish up on Kamen Rider Den-O as well. So yeah, getting through them. So with manga, my favourite one that is completed is Death Note. That's the one that I first read. I think that's probably really what started everything. So I read that nearly 2 years ago now. Again, like I say, I'm late to all of this, but better late than never. My favourite ongoing manga is Black Butler. I've got a few other favourites as well. Like I really love Uzumaki. It's a good horror one. Thoroughly recommend that. I really like Blue Exorcist as well. So there's a few others as well, but those are my two absolute favourites, Death Note and Black Butler. So my favourite Hollywood films, really love the James Bond films, particularly the most recent ones with Daniel Craig. Although, let's face it, Sean Connery was brilliant. I'm calling them sort of Hollywood films, sort of Western world films. Oh, you'll see why in a minute. I really love Lord of the Rings. The recent Deadpool film was fantastic. Really into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Love all those films. Cannot wait for Civil War to come out really soon. And otherwise, it's other films like Life of Brian by Monty Python and With Nail and I. So as far as Japanese films go, I kind of really like horror films. The first Japanese film that I remember watching was the Ring trilogy of films, Ringu. But I also really like Dark Water's a really good one. Infection's a really good one. That's just completely over the top horror. That's brilliant. Of course, The Grudge, the original one, not the one that Hollywood remade. The original Japanese one is the one to watch. I also really like the Rurouni Kenshin films. Absolutely fantastic. Love those. Takuro Sato is Rurouni Kenshin. I don't care what anyone says. Not that anyone's actually argued that point, but he is fantastic in those films. The Kaiji films 1 and 2 are really, really good. And The Happiness of the Katakuris by, that one's a really, really good film. Definitely recommend that one. It's bizarre, but it's absolutely brilliant. So, favourite anime. Really love, again, Death Note is fantastic anime. I thought it was quite close to the manga. It's very, very good. Black Butler, I love it. Okay, season 2 was a bit completely out of this world and totally against the current run in the manga, but hey. Check out Book of Circus if you can. If you don't mind having the English subtitles, then, or even prefer it, watch that. It's very, very good. Very close to the manga. Just finished Attack on Titan. That was absolutely brilliant. Can't wait for more of that. Bakuman is good. Blue Exorcist. Ghost Hunt is an absolute favourite of mine. I love that. I can't believe they only made one series of Ghost Hunt. It's superb. And of course, like anyone, I love the fan service series that is free. Iwatobi Swim Club and Eternal Summer. Absolutely brilliant. Don't bother with the English dubbing of the second series. Don't know why they only started with the second series. Check out the ones with the English subtitles. It is one of the best animes you will ever see. And on top of that, the artwork is fantastic all the way through. I mean, the animation is amazing, but seriously, just watch it. It's good, fun, innocent, wonderful. Just watch it. Bands. By now you should pretty much know that I'm a big fan of Phyllis Vampire Killers, Solace and Nightmares, which sort of grew out of part of the remains for Dead Lay Waiting. Also, love the Beatles. Love the Beatles ever since I was about sort of 13, 14 years old. Still love the Beatles now. They basically changed modern rock. Love a few Japanese bands as well. I mean, there's far too many to mention, but some of my favourites, Baby Metal, 1OK Rock, who I absolutely love. Shido, My First Story, they're really good as well. So those are a few that you could check out. And finally, my favourite character to cosplay. Now, I had to have a real think about this because I've got a few that I really enjoy, but I think my favourite is probably Madame Red. I don't know why I like cosplaying Madame Red so much. I mean, it's not like her character is in Black Butler for a particularly long time. I just really, really like cosplaying Madame Red. I just, one that I don't know, I identify with, that I just really enjoy. So, that's that. So those are a few of my favourite things. What are a few of your favourite things? Let me know. And I will see you next time. Sayonara.